Bobcats. We're going to start where we left off yesterday. Yesterday you created a prototype out of your plastic linking cubes. Today, before we get started, we want to make sure that our puzzle cube fits together properly. So luckily yesterday I took a whole bunch of photos of my linking cube creation. So now I can use those photos to recreate my project. So give me just a second because I'm looking at my photos while I figure out how they all fit together. Okay. All right, so now that I am sure that my pieces all fit together properly, I'm just gonna pick a piece to start with. So let's say I'm going to use this piece right here. So you're going to be using the actual wooden puzzle cube, or the wooden pieces today, and you're going to be using your tacky glue, okay? Now the motto of the day is a dot does a lot, okay? You do not want to put a ton of tacky glue on this because you're going to get glue everywhere. In fact, I recommend before you start that you put some paper underneath your working place so that you don't get glue on your parents' table or your desk or wherever you happen to be building this. Okay, like I said, a dot does a lot, so I'm just gonna put a little dot here. If you have an older bottle of tacky glue, you may need to just keep it upside down for a minute. Okay, just a little dot there. That might even be too much. And then you're gonna push the pieces together. Now you're going to want to hold them together for about 90 seconds. And while you're doing that, use your other fingers to align the pieces the best that you can. You want to try to have it be flush, meaning they are in a straight line here and here, okay? So I'm going to hold this for about a minute. Once I've held it for about a minute, it's going to be pretty secure and I can move on to my next puzzle piece, or my next wooden cube. Okay, so let's say that was 60 seconds. You might want to hold it a little bit longer than I did. And I have created this portion. So now I'm going to add a cube on right here. Okay, again, a dot does a lot. Okay, little dot there. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to push these pieces together. I'm going to make sure that all of the edges line up really well, and I'm gonna put some pressure on that for about 60 seconds, about 1 minute. And while I do that, I just make sure that everything is lined up. And this will make your puzzle cube fit together nicely. Okay. Now, if for some reason you make a mistake while you are building your puzzle cube piece, you're going to want to break them apart as quickly and as soon as possible, because the longer you let it sit, the harder it's going to be to break. In fact, if it has dried overnight, you're probably going to want to get a hammer, go out to the garage or out to the street, and put one part on an edge and the other part, hammer it off, okay? They get pretty, tacky glue gets it to stay pretty solidly, okay? Now you're going to continue this process, gluing your pieces on until you have finished this piece. Once you've finished your piece, you can move on with your other 4 puzzle pieces. Okay, you're going to want to let these puzzle pieces dry overnight. If you don't have time to finish gluing all of your puzzle pieces together today, that's all right. Spend about 20 minutes working on this and make sure that your pieces are nice and lined up as you're gluing them. And then whatever you don't finish today, you can finish tomorrow. All right, Bobcats, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.